Hey Virgo, how y'all doing? Welcome. We are going to be taking a look at your June through July Litha season video here. We are steadily moving towards the summer equinox here in the northern hemisphere and adversely the winter equinox in the southern hemisphere. So it's a moment on the wheel of the year where we're reaching that, crux point where we're saying, okay, we're halfway through the year. Okay, where have we been? Where might we want to be by the end of it? So it's a really beautiful moment in time to reflect and also look ahead. It's a really beautiful midway point, energetically speaking, which I know for my Virgos, you're all about that, right? That opportunity to look back and reflect and take what works and have an opportunity, a mindful, conscious moment opportunity to apply it for your betterment for what may come next. So let's talk a little bit about your meditation before I get into this beautiful spread here. So, in your meditation, it was short but sweet. I saw three different magicians step forward, as in from the tarot, the magician, the number one of the major arcana. And I saw the caterpillar magician from this deck that I'm using, this Allison Tarotland deck that wanted to play today. And then I saw the magician, fox magician, come forward. I forget what deck that's from. And then the OG magician from the Rider-Waite stepped forward. It was all these different magicians leaning against the white tree of Gondor from Lord of the Rings, which has this sort of timeless, majestic energy to it. And then I saw the words accidental magic. Really funny, accidental magic. And the message I'm getting for you, Virgo, is to really reflect on the times that you were quite lucky, but not purposefully lucky, like accidentally lucky, where you had some like accidental magic. And what I mean by that is there are times in life, and I know you're going to relate to this, where we're really wanting something, we're focused on it, we're putting all of our intentions towards it, we're taking action around it, we're hoping for it, we're thinking about it. Then there are other times when things seem to, quote, just find us or happen, by kismet, where it's like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect that opportunity. That's a surprise. Okay. Wow, I guess I just got lucky. I guess I was just in the right place at the right time. I guess I just, right? It's those moments that I'm hearing for you to consider during this time period. I feel like part of the reason for that is because I feel like this time frame that you're going into, but also, well, quite specifically the rest of this year, you're being called to remember the times in which you didn't have to put a lot of conscious work or thought into something and the universe took care of you. Those times in which the magic felt a bit accidental. Woo! I just got shivvies for real, and it's not just because I had the window open. There's something about that, and I feel like there might be. I'm seeing an image of your hands on the steering wheel, and what might happen if you took your hands off the steering wheel, let the universe work out the route a little bit for just a period of time. And I feel like if you're able to do that, which is not easy, by the way, I know it's not easy, but if you're able to do that, I see you landing in some places that you wouldn't have found on your own. Okay. So into the spread. So when I do your meditation and then I pull the cards here. And when I pulled your cards after that meditation, I thought, chef's kiss. It's so beautiful. So your animal is the octopus, which is stunning because this is one of those rare animal energies that is a hybrid for me, where on one hand, it's Nine of Cups. It's the wish fulfillment key, right? This is about you receiving things or having an experience that feels like it's right in alignment with that feeling of I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I've wanted this, I've waited for this, and now I've manifested it. The hybrid aspect of it is that it's also Seven of Cups energy, which is all about those deferred dreams or those potential dreams, right? Now, a shadow aspect of Seven of Cups, or when it comes up in the reverse, can be a bit of analysis paralysis, but more of an emotional sphere, right? Eight of Swords is very analysis paralysis, but when it's Seven of Cups, it's more like my feelings are just all over the place. I'm not able to ground myself in any sort of real way, and that could be a fear of commitment as well. a fear of commitment to a certain path, a fear of the unknown, but it is emotionally based. You've got some beautiful water here. But what I love about this and why I feel like the octopus is such beautiful medicine, it does draw attention to the third eye here, which is really stunning because there's that aspect of when I am able to take my feelings and lean into them, right? Not shy away from them, not wish they were different, not get, frustrated by them. When I'm able to lean into them and allow them space to give me the information they're trying to communicate, that is the path to my wish fulfillment. So the Seven of Cups, when harnessed properly, right, leads to the Nine of Cups. And that's why I love it so much. You also have Eight of Cups here as your outcome. We're going to get all into that. So it feels very ABC 1, 2, 3, which I really, really love. It feels quite purposeful and not random, which just, it's like, ooh, I love it when that happens. So you're coming through, not surprisingly, as the Empress, which is really stunning. So this is a major arcana. This speaks about, again, you being in a moment where it matters. This is a bit of, I won't even say like overly pivotal, but it is a moment in which the decisions you make and the energy that you bring to something is going to affect you down the road in some way, shape, or form. So it does feel like, your guides are kind of putting a little bit of, I'm seeing like a stage, and I'm seeing a stage light, like a spotlight being turned on you right now, going, okay, pay attention, pay attention. Remember those times. I'm seeing the planet Jupiter, like that planet of luck. I'm seeing those, to really remember those times where you got lucky, and not by your own conscious means, where you just manifested things for yourself by allowing the universe to take over the steering wheel for a bit. The Empress is about creative dreams. It's about manifestation. It's about birthing a set of circumstances, a reality, or a state of mind that is so perfectly for you. I am seeing the image of literal childbirth here. And I do think there's this aspect of, when people do have children, they are products of two sets of DNA coming together, right, to create a hybrid of these two energies. And it's a really interesting image that's coming through for you around that, Virgo, because we were talking about, this moment in time being an opportunity, this solstice, right, the halfway point, being an opportunity to look behind you so that you can move forward. So I do feel like there's something gestating here for you. I feel like you could dwarf the progress if you feel like you need to know how it's going to turn out, what that baby, whatever that baby is for you, whether it's a job, a relationship, an experience of yourself, if you need to figure out what it needs to look like, right? If you need to know a little bit too much information, you could dwarf the progress. I'm seeing a funny image of those AI apps online where you can take two people's photos. I see them on TikTok sometimes. Take two people's photos and then they'll put them together and see what kind of baby they would make. Resist doing that. Whatever your version of doing that is. Like, if I do this and then I do this, what would it look like? If I go here and then what's it going to look like here? What's it going to be like? Like, allow the universe to take over the steering wheel a bit, because there's an aspect of this that's growing and gestating, and there's an accidental magic that can only happen if you're willing to relinquish control. Okay? So in your place of challenge, this is really, it's perfect actually, because I feel like it's helpful. You have the Seven of Swords. This is an energy that came up a lot in the last round of readings, but I like that it's over here in the left position. We're moving out of the past with it. It is in your place of challenge. So there could be aspects from, the past couple or few months where, they're still affecting you now in some way. But Seven of Swords is about bringing to light the ways in which we act out of our own best interests. Right? It's all the things that we do as human beings that are not in our highest and best good. And we know it good and well, but we do them anyway because they're habitual or they're fear-based or because we're humans, right? We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So these are the ways in which we, our fear can dictate our experience as well, right? It's about what's done in the dark will come to the light. So really thinking about that. I'm seeing these apples and that he's stealing away all these pastries. Whenever this comes up, a lot of readers, myself included, will take this as an indication of like there's an energy of overeating with it because there's the Seven of Swords, so overdoing it, or sort of a tendency to, act in ways that denotes a sort of imbalance. So really thinking about we all have our thing, right? We all have our thing, whatever it is, a behavior that we return to or that we indulge in, I should say, that, happens when we are feeling an imbalance of some sort that needs or wants to be addressed, or we need comfort of some kind. So I do feel like you're being provided an opportunity to maybe take a little closer look at that. Not because you need to like stop it outright per se, but because there's information there and you might be missing an opportunity to get to know yourself a little bit better. And there's an illumination point, a realization that wants to come through. But you need to be willing to go inside of these tents and look at yourself a little bit more, well, in the light of day. We'll say that. I'm just getting like nighttime eating. There's something about that. It's how it's coming through. No judgment though. Like it's just about information. It really is about information. All of this is just about information. So your advice here is fascinating with the Ten of Swords. So this is Humpty Dumpty here. He done fell off the wall, and then Virgo's going to come through with the dustpan and a vacuum and clean it up. So this is about endings, right? Oftentimes, endings that we don't choose or endings that we don't see coming, but this is about the stopping point before something new can emerge, right? But this is a chapter, an aspect of your life that is coming to an end. The fact that it's coming up in your place of advice, let it end. Say goodbye. That's what it is. But I feel like it's also an opportunity to mindfully say goodbye. And maybe it's just a bit of a ceremony where I see someone throwing something in the fire, like a ceremonial aspect of it, or burying something under a tree. It's like, I want to honor this. I give credence to this. This was a part of my life where I indulged in certain behaviors or mindsets, certain ways of thinking, self-sabotage based thinking. But that has come to an end. I want it to come to an end. So I'm going to say goodbye to that and mentally start a new chapter. Like it's a mental new chapter so that this accidental magic that I keep hearing can reach you and manifest through you. Nine of Cups and Empress style, right? So in your place of victory, fascinating here, Virgo. I get this a lot with Virgo energy. Two of Swords. So this is bringing together the heart and the head for equal conference. This is goals, right? This is when we're able, see those arrows there? What does it say? March Hare and Mad Hatter. Yeah. Remember how I said in the beginning, it was an opportunity to look back so that you could go forward. Can you see that with the glare? It's really what I'm feeling for you, Virgo. It's really stunning. So this is that opportunity to have that clear head, that clear mind, that ability to feel confident in your choices, right? That is your victory here. And that's not nothing. That is actually quite significant for you, Virgo, to have that in your place of victory, because this is when your head is feeling clear and you feel confident in your choices, even if it's confident in what you don't know what's coming, right? I feel confident even though I don't know what's coming down the road. Now that is magic. That is power, right? Because the T is, and this is ironic coming as someone who's doing a reading for you right now. We don't really know what's going to happen because it's about, there's a certain level of choice and we're not meant to know everything that's supposed to happen because that would, keep us from having our human experience, right? I believe this is the school of life. And if we have all the answers ahead of time, what's the point of going to school, right? So your outcome here is Eight of Cups. So this is stunning. We've got the full moon energy here. Eight of Cups is beautiful. We have that river flowing. Salmon energy is about knowing that what is yours will never pass you by, honey. Staying in the flow, allowing all of the things that, want to be released within you emotionally. Just let them go, honey. And Eight of Cups coming up in your place of outcome here just really feels like you're having a moment. But there's this full moon, which is a completion point, right? And then you have the Ten of Swords, which is also a completion point. So this does feel like a significant moment for you. In your place of outcome, I feel like you're going to be feeling emotionally like you're truly ready to move on from either a way of thinking, a lifestyle, a job, a relationship, a chapter in which you worked on something and now you've manifested it and it's time to move on to the next thing. But this is endings and beginnings. But this isn't about you gripping the steering wheel and making it happen for yourself. This is about letting go of it so that it can happen for you. Okay. Now your oracle is so good and I love it. So this is the new Seasons of the Witch Litha deck that I will be recommending in the newsletter. It's sugar and spice and everything nice. It's so beautiful. I love these decks. So you have Country Cottage, number 7 here, just like the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. So it says, it is time for the seeker to look within. What haunts you can only be faced by you. Oh, hello. It is time for the seeker to look within. What haunts you can only be faced by you. You know, this is largely about looking to other people or factors outside of yourself for answers. If you find yourself asking more than one person for advice, that is always a really clear-cut sign that the person you should really be asking is you, especially when no one gives you advice that really lands, like not for you. Even if it's great advice, if you're like, oh, let me ask someone else. Oh, but what would they say? Because you're searching for something that only you can give yourself, right? And that's what this is about. But this is also about independence. This is that sort of stepping away, that commune living, stepping away from that and going, you know what? I really have an opportunity and a moment here to be my own best counsel. And that's what's coming up for you here. But also, look at all of the flowers and the bloomage. It's really mirroring this Empress energy here. I really love this for you. It's beautifully reflective of the season that you're going into. You know, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere in the winter, I feel like it actually really applies as well because that's a time to step away and go within as well. So it's really, really beautiful here, Virgo. I do feel like you're going to see, you know, these blooms happen for you and the results of these changes and these endings and new beginnings, the more that you're able to step away and trust. And I'm hearing an old adage that's an oldie but a goodie, a watch pot never boils. And I feel like the accidental magic aspect of this is you're coming out of your own cottage and everything is in bloom. And you didn't need to toil the earth and you didn't need to water it. Not in this case, because you've already done that in some way, whether energetically or in some other form. Allow the universe to help you out with what comes next, what it looks like, and what time it comes. That's what it is. It's really, really beautiful, Virgo. Really, really beautiful. So with that being said, I'm wishing you a beautiful Litha or Yule from the other hemisphere season. I'm sending you so much love. I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I'm so happy. I've been back with you guys for a little bit now, but I'm so happy to be back with you guys. Let me know how y'all are doing in the comments. Let me know if this resonates. And with that being said, just thank you guys as always for being here. I am back in the UK. Okay, she got her visa, honey, so she is back with her crow on her home turf in my adopted land of the UK. So I'm so happy to be back with you guys and finally settled after my long journey. And yeah, just thank you guys as always for your ongoing support, and most of all, and as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.